Right beside us, Brian Eichler. I still think Eichler has a chance to be a factor in this race. They have worked so hard on that car, a former Ginn racing car, but they've done a lot of work on that themselves.
He has. Talking to Eichler, he said on Tuesday, they put the car in the hauler on Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. He loaded it up. He went to a Napa show in Maryland, left that show, and then came here. Him and Joe Shear Jr. worked 26 hours there on Tuesday to get the car ready. Well, actually not Tuesday, Monday and Tuesday to get it done. And, they worked and threw it in a trailer and came here. And, man, what an outstanding performance here. He had a little trouble in qualifying, but they found the setup. I think they got a good race car here today.
Yeah, if you were telling me they were working 26 hours a day, you were making news.
When you work that long, you get a little delirious sometimes. I've been there and done that many 2 o'clock mornings.
I understand. Well, the light is out on the pace car. We're going to try it again. We'll go green. And Joey Logano and Sean Case on the front row.
Ready. Go. Inside 52. Inside.
Well, they're not to jump this time for Joey Logano. And Sean Case, you heard Natalie say that Sean says his car is pretty strong. Andy Santerre trying to tell him to be a little patient. But on the restart, side by side as they come around turn 4.
Outside.
Sean Case on the outside. Listen to the Logano spotter telling him outside, and I think Joey Logano said let him have it.
About 5 to 6.
Well, those two have broken out of the pack. Brian Eichler is third. Jeffrey Earnhardt has slipped back to fifth as Peyton Sellers has just gotten by him in the 83.
Jeffrey, listening to Jeffrey on the radio, there's really nothing wrong with that car. He says, I'm just settling in, getting a little comfortable. We're going to be good. Crew chief telling him to make that big arc. Entering that corner is so important here to Dover to make a big arc right down through the corner. When you enter right down and through here, you want to hang that tail out as far as you can, then put them left tires down on the line right there, and then you pick the throttle right back up. You're wide open all the way around this place almost.
There's Peyton Sellers, who was the Rookie of the Year in the West Series last year, 2 years ago, the national champion in the late model series. This year kind of had to put things back together, had to regroup, and this is a family operation. His brother, H.C. Sellers, is the crew chief. His dad is real involved, and Peyton works on this car all week himself, and then they bring it to the racetrack, and what a year he's had. He comes in fourth in points, 48 points out of second place, and has just been consistent every week, and they've done the whole season on one race car.
They have, and Peyton's a good boy. I mean, he works hard on the race car, and he's really committed, dedicated to this sport. He wants to get the opportunity to move up, and he knows that he has to keep his nose out there. He has to keep his face out there, and that's exactly what he's been doing. In the family-owned construction business, he works part in that, works on the race car. HC, like you say, is his brother. It's a whole family operation, and, man, that means a lot, I'm sure, for him to come here and have a good run at any racetrack week in and week out with this type of competition.
And the other battle for ninth right in the middle, we told you about it, Mr. Mouth, Smash Mouth.
John
Freeman is moving up through the field. He's eighth right now.
See Matt Kobaluk there right behind him. Matt just not real comfortable here, not been able to get the setup the way he wanted to here at Dover. And Matt's been good here in the past, but he just, sometimes you miss a spring combination or a shock combination, Mike, and it could be forever going unless you make that combination change and pick it up before the race starts. You'll just never find it. So he's had a top 10 car all through qualifying, but not quite the car that he really wanted.
Left side of your screen is a battle for the lead. Kobaluk, you were talking about his finishes here. He actually won here in 2002, finished fourth last year. And here comes Logano. So Joey Logano goes back out in front.
Don't overwork it.
Andy Santerre telling him not to overwork it. Let him go.
Take care of that right rear then. Don't run it any harder than you have to, because you guys are a lot faster than the guys behind you.
Smart thinking there. Take care of that right rear tire.
Andy Santerre, a couple of top fives. He also has won here as a driver. And you hear the talk around the garage, and nobody knows how to set a car up for this track better than Andy Santerre. And shown that Mike Sibley's done a pretty good job with Joey Logano. There's Michelle Theriault going a lap down. Boy, she is really just not up to speed here.
Yep, having a little trouble there. Glock, the sponsor on that car. All the folks from Glock are here today. Big crowd of them that's been supporting her all year, and she's come a long way this year. She's had an up and down year, but it's tough to come in a sport like this. It's that competitive and run with these guys right off the bat.
started the year with a top 10 finish, but that was really her only venture into the top 10 in this series. And again, the battle for 4th place. Jeffrey Earnhardt trying to make a move on Peyton Sellers. Here's Michelle Theriault
Down there.
going right down to there.
Spotter telling him clear. Peyton Sellers, noticed a few laps before that, looked to be a little bit loose, was really hanging that tail off the corner.
Yeah, you can see it there. You see the rear end wiggling just a little bit.
Yep, that's not good here because, again, you do not want to burn that right rear. You start sliding that car off corner exit here, and you'll really burn that tire up in no time. So you've got to take care of it. It's going to be about 75 laps. We're talking most of these drivers, Mike. They're going to try going like to the halfway point and changing all 4 of them tires and have them rest of them 4 tires till the end of the race.
All right, you've got to take 4 tires and fuel. And if this was a Nextel Cup race or a Busch Series race, you just come down on pit road, and in 16 seconds, your 4 tires would be on and your gas tank would be full. But that's not what you can do in this series.
No, you're exactly right. You got to come in and take 2 tires at a time. What you got to do is come down, take 2 tires, and then come around all the way around again under caution, take another 2, and then the 3rd time you would take your fuel. So you really do need to make 3 pit stops in this race. And what that eliminates is some of these high-end teams to be able to go buy Nextel Cup crews and come in here and pull off a 15 or 20 second pit stop and just blow the rest of these guys away. So it makes it much more fair for all the teams because they're on a lot lower budget all the way through the field.
And it makes the strategy a little more interesting. Dan, you were talking about, okay, you maybe do this in 1 caution, but some of these guys are going to spread that out over the course of the race.
Well, that's going to add big strategy to the race, so we'll just have to watch. If it goes green for a long time, you're exactly right. Tire strategy and fuel strategy will really come into play here today.
Now look at Matt Kobaluk and Buzz Chu, and if you remember back to the old Busch North series, Kobaluk and Chu were 2 names that were a big part of that. Buzz Chu, pretty much a family operation. Ron St. Marie prepares that car, but it's the Buzz Chu Auto Group that sponsors it out of Long Island, so Dad's very much involved in that operation.
Matt Kobaluk, pretty good mover there, starting to move these last few laps again. He started 13th, he's in 8th now, so he's been making good forward motion here also.
And the car up in front of them, Eddie McDonald, also running well. He's in the 6th position. He's another one of those guys, part of just a 1-car family operation trying to compete in this series. There's McDonald in the 48, and Kobaluk putting some pressure on him. That'll be the battle for 6th place.
Talking to McDonald there, Ronnie LaChance, the crew chief on that car, made a big difference to that operation when he came. He came there and really changed some things and really turned his program around.
And Kobaluk's going by him. Matt Kobaluk gets the position. On the left of your screen, there's Jamie Hayes in the 52 out of Norlena, North Carolina. He is running 12th right now. Or he was. Max Dumoulin going by him. Dumoulin, an interesting story in that 16 on the right of your screen. Dumoulin's out of Ghent, Belgium, and there are a number of Belgian diplomats who are here today to watch this race. They've been here, been entertained all day, and they're here to watch Max Dumoulin, who is from Belgium, just 18 years old. That car prepared out of Mike Olson's shop. You know, Olson not going to run full-time next year, and a lot of folks are saying as that youngster, Max Dumoulin, will be the primary driver for that car.
Here's Spotter giving him a little bit of help there, trying to help drive this track. Dumoulin never been here before. Good road racer. He won a big 24-hour race there, Mike, in Germany. The youngest youngster to ever win that big type of race, and hats off to him. He's just learning these races. It's a total different animal. See Peyton Sellers there, just plugging along. Peyton currently in the 5th position, doing a good job keeping his nose clean. 31 car, Tim McCready, that's a Richard Childress Racing entry. 21st place right now. A little bit of problem with that car early.
Watch this with McCready and Ryan Seaman. Boy,
wow. Oh, trouble there. Wow.
Knocks him around. Tell you what, Seaman all over the racetrack there.
Yep, he could have got knocked in there. He did a good job of holding on to the race car, not spinning out, but man, that could have been big. Tim McCready, son of Barefoot Bob McCready, big racing legend in the dirt. He's my hero. Watched him for years and years.
Well, McCready You know, you talk to Richard Childress about him and you say, hey, he's over 30, a developmental driver over 30. And Richard Childress goes, I like the way he passes people.
Well, he sees that aggressiveness in him.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. He takes care of the equipment. That's a big, big deal.
Meanwhile, Logano's just cruising out there today, isn't he?
He is just
Why
riding
he's
around.
strong.
Again, here you need to set your pace and get comfortable, settle in. You see the track starting to get shadows on it, cooling down. It'll gain grip as the sun starts to fall down. The shade comes on the racetrack. Racetrack will cool down, but what we've got is shade on the backstretch, exiting turn 2, all the way down to about the middle of 3 and 4, and then the whole front side has got sun on it. So both sides of this racetrack handling a little bit different. Drivers got to be able to adapt to that, different temperatures as it changes through the evening.
And it really does make the grip different and the handling different, the characteristics on this car. You see Joey Logano right there. I talked to Joey after his first practice session, and I said, Joey, new track, different track. How tough was it for you? You know what he said? It's just a racetrack. I just go out there and drive, man. And
He's a fun
that shows what talent he has.
He don't get excited either. He's nice and cool, calm and collect, and that's what's made him so good. Mainest thing out there is don't get too excited. Keep your head screwed on, and that's exactly what he's been able to do all year in this series. Joey tested Nashville last week in the car of tomorrow, in a Gibbs car of tomorrow, did some car of tomorrow testing. I said, well, did you learn anything? He said, well, they don't really tell me anything. He said, I go out there and drive it. I said, when you make the changes, they tell you what they do? And he said, nope, they won't tell me. They just ask me if it's good or bad. I tell them, he says, I'm just like a robot or a computer. I just kind of give them information. He said, but man, it's a lot of fun. I can tell you that. He was at Nashville Speedway with the car tomorrow with the Gibbs R&D test team, I'm sure he's talking about.
And Steve Park, who finished second here last year, is about to go a lap down.
Wow, tough break for Steve. You know, he's had such a good run here last year, just not able to get a hold of this racetrack.
He had problems since he unloaded the car, and Steve himself was out working on it. You see there, Eichler and Earnhardt, that is 3rd and 4th on the racetrack. And they're just going a lap down, and there's Ciccarelli being passed by McCready. Jamie Hayes in the 52. That is back in 13th position.
Starting to get in a lot of lap traffic right now, so these guys have got to start using their head. Spotters work a little bit hard. Uh-oh, looks like Brian Eichler is off the pace. Looks like some damage on that car, Mike. The right side.
Now Eichler has to dive down low, and it's going to come to the attention of his crew, and what a tough break.
What happened, Brian? Blew a right front tire. It hit hard.
Blew a right front.
Both sides, both rights. Come in here and put brights on it and look at it.
Ow.
Oh, my.
The right front, guys, mainly the right front.
That is the car owner, Bill McAnally, who you heard asking what happened, and you heard Brian Eichler say, I hit hard.
Tough break for them guys. They had such a good race car. Again, coming here, Brian never been here before, just having such a good qualifying effort, qualified 4th.
And especially when you work that hard to get ready to come, and you've come all the way from California to have your right front go down and hit the wall. Eichler in trouble. Joey Logano leading here at Dover.